Hello everyone, hi, this is Barry here from Mitosu Crafts, and thank you for joining me today. Okay, so today I am going to be doing a video here. Now this is for the Gentleman Crafters Design Team Inspiration blog hop. Okay, so the TGCDT, hashtag that one there, and then you'll find everything we want. So hashtag TGCDT. The Gentleman Crafters Design Team. God, that's a bit of a tongue twister, isn't it? So hashtag that, and you'll find everything which we're doing. But this is a video for that one here. All right. And what I decided to do was I wanted to make this card for you, but I'm going to change it up a little bit. I'm going to turn it into something a little bit different. But I'm actually going to be making this slider pop-up card. Okay. So this one isn't quite finished. I wanted to put some numbers on here, and then it's going to pop up and go like so. Yeah, we are recording. For some reason I felt like I wasn't recording and panic, but we are. So it's going to go up like that. So it's going to look, so it slides up and back down like so. Up and down. Alright, so I'm going to make this again here. I'm going to make a version of this, and this is completely flat. Opens up so you can write in the middle here. All right, and then you can pop any message you want on the inside here, pop anything you want on this message, on this blank piece right here. All right, but I'm going to change it. I'm going to make it slightly different, okay? So let's crack on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be using the Well Said stamp set here. So, but I'm only going to be using the Happy on this one, as well as the well written framelit dies, and I'm only going to be using the birthday on that one right there. So that's those two stamp sets and dies which I'm going to be using, as well as using the rectangle stitched framelit dies, which is these ones right here. All right, so they're what I'm going to be using, and I am also going to be using the Sia Silhouette Designer Series paper, and this one, so you can see that's the one which I'm going to be using. So it's a lovely patterned paper, very I've forgotten what they're called in the new catalogue, pigment sprinkles, very similar to that, but without all the mess. Okay, and you've got these lovely designs on the back. So this is the one which I'm going to be using today, and you've got this one right here. Okay, and that's the back side of it. Beautiful, look at that. You can make that into a nice, like, well, that might go well with the Come Sail Away stamp set, actually, as well. This one here, that one, this one here, and I can see a nice sunset on this as well. If you get some nice silhouette stamping on that, get a nice sunset in there. This one here, and that one. Alright, so they're the papers which I'm going to be using. So there's not much stamping involved in this today. It is more die cutting technique and excuse me, die cutting technique and designer series paper. So yeah, we're going to be doing that. I'm going to go through the measurements here with you of what you're going to need for this. So you're going to need to have some, I've used some smoky slate cardstock here, and this has been cut to 14 centimetres by 21 and scored at 10.5 centimetres down the middle, down there, okay? You will also need some designer series paper, enough to cut out the second largest die and a strip along the side for the tab. Okay, and this is 6 by 5 inches. Sorry, I'm going to flick between inches and centimetres on this. I'm sorry, it's just the way that my brain works. I just flick between the two, whatever's easiest for what I'm doing. So I do apologise for everyone who works in either or. But yeah, this is 6 by 5 inches. Okay. Then I have got some Whisper White paper. Now this is going to need to be cut big enough so you can cut the largest die out of the stitch framelit dies. Okay, so you'll see this in a moment. It will make sense in a moment. So you're going to need 2 pieces of paper here, and obviously one of them is going to be for you doing doing your sentiment on as well. You're going to need some Night of Navy, which is at least 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, okay, to fit the dies in. All right, and you're going to need some glimmer paper, some silver glimmer paper, another little bit of cardstock now, which will be cut down by hand or with the trimmer. You would also need some Poppy Parade and some black cardstock here for cutting out the birthday sentiment, like so. Don't worry if you didn't get all of those measurements now. I will write all the measurements up when on the actual blog itself, so, or down below or linked over on our blog, so everything will be over there, and the measurements of how I'm going to be cutting this as well. All right, so I'm going to just get myself ready. I'll leave everything out there. All right, I'm not going to show. I've got a prototype of what I want to do, the end piece, but I'm gonna leave that for you because I'm gonna say I have changed it up and made it different for you. All right, so we are going to. Where should I start first? Let's do some die cutting first. So I'm going to take my designer series paper here from the Sea of Silhouettes. I'm going to grab my rectangle stitched dies. Oh no, not those ones. That's the, well said, rectangle stitch dies. And the ones which I am going to need, all right, are eventually I will need the largest die. I will need the second largest die. And also I need the 5th and the 6th. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to need that one there. And I would also need that one there. So that's all I need out of this stamp set. Out of this die set. Put that to one side. Okay, so that's that one there. I've already got the birthday out of the well said, well written dies. All right. So I am going to take the second. Bring that in. I'm going to take the second largest for this one here, and this is the one which I'm going to be cutting out of that one there. And I need this strip here as well. I need a 2-inch strip for doing the pull tab. So that's the bit which I'm going to use over here. So, and whilst I've got the die cutting machine, I'm going to use the largest one, and I'm going to do that on my Night of Navy, which is that one there. Okay, I may as well, whilst I've got it there, I may as well take this one and do it on the glimmer, and I may as well, that's the correct size for that one there, wasn't it? Yes, that's for that one. I may as well take, I will need that one as well. I may as well take this one here just to run my sentiment through. All right, so I'm going to do a little bit of die cutting here for you. So that's good. All right, so first things first, let's do the largest die on the Night of Navy. Sorry about the wobbling. So that's the first one. All right, put that to one side. I would also grab my designer series paper and I will put that there like that. Okay, so that's the second bit done. Okay, so that's that one. And save that bit because you will need this bit for later on. So I'm just going to pull those bits off. You will need this bit for cutting down later. Okay. I'm going to grab my glimmer paper. This may need a little bit, yeah, it just needs, because it's a bit thicker, I will need to go through a couple of times on this one. So I rotate it around and go back. There we go, just needed a little bit more encouragement, that one there. So that's that part. Good, and I just need the second largest again on a bit of Whisper White. Top tip, you'll notice that I'm going through at an angle on a lot of these. Okay, whenever you've got a straight edge, always go through at an angle. You'll notice, if you can, it will slide through without jumping. You can see I can just run that through. And it doesn't jump as much as it does if I do it on if I do it straight like that. Okay, and then that pops out like so. Okay, so I think I like one more bit of die cutting, which is the sentiment part here. Just going to go through. There we go, and that's that bit. Move it to one side. So that's all the die cutting done for the moment. Okay. I probably could have prepared that off camera before I come, but never mind. Okay, so this is just a little bit. That's it. So you should now end up with one bit, which is a larger one. You should end up with. Let's start again. There we go. That one there. That one there. Some glimmer paper. And that bit which will go on there. And you would end up, if you manually cut down some of your Night of Navy, okay, this will be here at 5 centimetres by 8.5 centimetres, and that will be a perfect, oh, we're going to get joined by a cat, sorry. Tommy, no, you can't come and join me today. And that will give you a perfect mat, so that's going to sit like something like so, like there. All right, that one there is going to be for backing that, to make that designer series paper a little bit stronger, and that's going to go like that. This is going to go on like that, and then that will then go onto your card. So that's kind of how all of the elements work. Now what we need to do is just need to construct this, all right? So first things first, we'll come back to that will be one of the last things we'll do with that one. First things first, what I want you to do, all right, is I want you to put some glue on this one here all over. It needs to be all over because we're going to be cutting through this as well in the trimmer with the trimmer. So I want it to be good and stuck. All right, especially in the middle parts. So I'm going to do this first so we can then leave it to one side to dry up. So just bring that on, line it up with the two. With the one underneath, so it looks, so it's white on the back there now, and you've now got that, and that's now made that, it's just given that some more strength. All right, make sure that's good and stuck down. Okay, lovely. Right, so that's that. I'm going to leave this to one side for a moment, just so this dries up whilst I do some of the other bits. All right, so that's over there. Okay, this bit we can come back to in a moment. This bit here, what I think we should do is glue the blue, the Night of Navy, to the glimmer card, because again that also takes a little bit of time to glue and stick as well. So if we get those bits out of the way first, whilst we're doing all of the other bits, then it's going to stick up. So I'm just going to layer that one in like so. Sorry about the motorbikes. Always, whenever I do a video, me and Jay do a video, there's a motorbike which whizzes up and down the road. Really annoying. Okay, so that's that there now, so you can see that's given, and then we can then stamp on this, and then that can then get stuck on like so eventually. Alright, but that can be drying up and getting nice and good and stuck. Okay, so I'm going to do another bit of die cutting actually, whilst I've got the machine by the side of me. I'm going to take, if you take your black and your Poppy Parade, or whatever colours you decide to use, and now using the birthday die here, we're just going to pop that in like so, and do the birthday. I'll pop that out in a second. And we'll do the same here in the Poppy Parade. So you can just see that just off camera there. There we go. That's that. Off camera, let's put that away. Alright, so there's my two die cuts. Alright, I'm just going to take your pick tool, and I'm just going to pop this out. There we go, one. And two. And now just pop the little bits out. He says, oh, I think I just missed it. There we go. Does it look quite cold a bit? That's the one. So once there's the first one, and I'll do the same for the black birthday as well. Oh, and try not to chuck it across the room. Okay. You can probably fast forward a lot of this part if you want to. There we go. Alright, so what you're going to want to do now is I'm going to put some glue on the back of the Poppy Parade birthday, okay? And just be gentle with this. And you just kind of want to just spread it out. There we go. There we go. It's been quiet all day long. As soon as you start recording, everyone's motorbikes comes out. Okay. And a little bit over here as well. You don't need much glue. You can see how I've done that. Even what I've done there is probably a little bit too much. And we are now just going to offset. Okay, so we're going to take the 2 birthdays. Really annoying. And we are then going to then just like so. All right. So what's happened now is that that's just offset itself. Okay. So you've got it. If I do that on a black piece, on a white piece, you'll see what I mean. It might show up a bit better. All right. So we've just given ourselves a bit of a black border there. All right. So I have prepared one earlier on yesterday with that one. So that's all nice and dry and non-sticky now. So that's what I'm going to do. So there's the one I've just done. And that's the one I've already pre-prepared. All right, so whilst the glue's setting up on this one a bit better, we can then at least carry on with this one. All right, so I'm going to take my Whisper White part here, which I've got ready for the sentiment, and this is going to get stuck in over here. I'm going to take my Happy from the Well Said stamp set, take some Memento, and that's going to go about there. That's it. That's all the stamping needed for this card, and that's going to go there. What I'm going to do first though is I'm going to grab some Wink of Stella. Okay, my bone folder. I'm just going to give my Wink of Stella a bit of a squeeze. Take my stamp off actually. I'm doing it on a block just in case it splurts out. Okay, I'm giving it a bit of a squeeze. I think it's starting to come through. Okay, I just wanted to get it a bit wet, and then what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to give myself some splats. Okay, so I've done that in the Wink of Stella. So you can see what's happened there. Okay, so I'm going to get some nice shimmery little dots. I'm also going to take a Stampin' Blend. I've got this in Balmy Blue. Okay, I'm going to have it on the brush end. I'm going to just lid in, and I'm just going to then just flick some blue in like that, and that's all you need. So a bit of Wink of Stella and a blend, Stampin' Blend here. All right, and you can achieve that effect like so. So it just gives it's going to just give a little bit of interest to this. All right, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop some glue on the back of this one. Okay, like so. And that is going to go in like so. So straight. Yeah. That's it. Yeah, that's fine. So I'll just stick that down now. There we go. Okay, so that's just added a little bit of interest to that topper. So there's your stamping, a little bit of a technique there with your splatting of the Wink of Stella and the your alcohol blends. All right, so now that can go to one side. That actually is now ready for getting stuck onto that. So I can do that now actually, and then at least then that's the sentiment panel not all done. That's it. So I suppose with this card, get all the sticking done, and then we'll get down to the construction side for after that. So there we go, that's a nice little panel ready to go, and that will then sit on this eventually like that. Alright, so let's put this to one side. Now what I'm going to need to do is I'm going to need to bring in my trimmer. Okay, put my lid back on the glue, give myself a bit of room. Okay, bring in my trimmer here. Alright, and you're going to need to take that bit of the designer series paper and the Whisper White which you stuck earlier on, so that now has had time to now stick in the middle. Alright, so this is the technical part. Again, I'll write all the measurements for you down below and over on our blog. Okay, but this is where you need to now be cutting and scoring, so you need the ability to be able to cut and score. Okay, so you're going to put this in your trimmer along with the short edge along the top, and you're going to line it up with 1 inch, or you're going to line it up with 1 inch. However, you want to cut a line 1 inch in. All right, so we're going to go over, so I'm going to line it up with the 1 inch over on this side here. I'm then going to come down to 2.5 centimeters on the ruler here, which is 1 inch. You want to cut 1 inch on the side and 1 inch down. Okay, just need to come up. Okay, and then we're going to then come down to 9.5 centimeters, which is down here. Sorry, my head's got in the way then. And we're just going to come down to 9.5. All right, we're then going to rotate that round and do exactly the same again. So line it up with 1 inch over this side here, go with 2.5 inches there, down to 9.5, which is down there. Okay, we're then going to turn it onto the long edge and keep it at 1 inch. And we're then going to score at 2.5 centimeters again, down to this one here. So I can't remember what that, can't see what that one quite is. It's about 6.2 millimeters. All right, but just connecting, you're basically connecting the two lines. So you're just going to go from 2.5 down to the line right so. All right, and that's now given you a cut. Now you don't want to do any more cutting, all right? So you want to go over to your scoring, okay, take it in, rotate it round, so you were just like this. Rotate it round 180 degrees, line it up with the 1 inch again. Now take the scoring tool and score those two lines. So you know what you want to score between those two lines. Take it from 2.5 down to the other score line. Okay. So that's giving you one score line there. You now need to rotate it again, sorry, and then take it to 8.5 centimeters. Okay, score between the two lines. And then take it to 5.5 centimeters. And score between. Okay, and that's it. That's the technical part out of the way. So what we've got here is this tab. All right, so we're going to do some mountain and valley folding now. So we're now going to fold this part back. And fold and burnish. I'm going to fold this one forward. Fold and burnish. And then we're going to fold that one back. Okay. Fold and burnish. Okay, so that has now going to create our tab part there. All right, so that's good. And now what we want to do is I want to grab my other bit of designer series paper from earlier on. Grab your trimmer again. And now you want to now cut a 2 inch and just under 2 inches for this one, so we're going to go with Yeah, 15/16. So 1 and 15/16. Okay, and we're just going to take that off down there, and it also then needs to be so I'm flicking between centimeters again here. It was 4 3/4, so we're just going to take that down to, we're just going to take a sliver off the top, right, so, all right. I'm going to do the same here on some Whisper White. All right, and that's just going to go like that, because that's going to be, I'm going to back that again. Okay, just to give the designer series paper a little bit more stability. So we're just going to glue that down. Like so. Good. That's that. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to go and grab a punch. One thing I forgot to bring out with me. So you just need the scalloped topped tag topper punch, okay, and that now is going to just go in, push it all the way in, so it's over like so. And then actually I'm just going to do it that side, all the way in, punch it, and we've now got a nice little top. That's it. So good. Okay, so we are nearly finished actually. It's all going to come together quite quickly now. So with this final piece, what we need to do to now get it all constructed, I need to little bit of glue on this bottom tab here, and now this is going to now equalize it up so it's equal both sides, and then stick that to the bottom down there with approximately equal sides if you can. There we go. Let's get it as equal as you can. All right, that's good. All right, and you can see now that's just going to now act like a slider for this. Okay, so what I'm going to do, okay, the difference is if I show you my original, what I would have done now is I have just taken on the original one, I would stick that down flat. I would have a bit of Whisper White underneath here, or you can have something underneath here and you can do you can put the pattern in like that, so you can put your Stampy Sentiment. But this is where I'm going to change this card up. All right, so close that back down again. I'm going to take some dimensionals, put my lid back on my glue, take some dimensionals. Try, if you can, have the bigger dimensionals. It'll probably be a bit easier. I could only find my small ones, because you're going to need quite a few now, because you want it to be solid, so you want to go all the way up the ends. And down the bottom. So you need to go on all edges, apart from the top, obviously, or apart from the middle part. Couple more, and I like to put them a little bit closer to the tab as well, get them flat on, so it kind of acts like a little bit of a channel for it. Does that make sense, hopefully? Using it a lot. That's the one. One more there. because I don't want it to sag in the middle at all. Alright, so have some dimensionals. If you have the slightly larger ones, it'll be a bit better. Okay, so now that's going to now be able to move up here, and that's kind of giving it a little bit of so it's not going to wobble too much in there. Alright, so now what we're going to go ahead and do is just peel all of these off now. Feel free to fast forward if you want, or you can chat. So tell us in the comments, what's your tell us, what would you like to see us do more of? That's it. What would you like to see? Tell us that, because obviously we'll just do what we like doing and what we think you like to see. But if you tell us, if you've got any ideas and stuff, I'd really like you to see you use this particular stamp set if we've got it, or a specific technique. Let us know in the comments. That'd be great. Actually, it gives us an idea. It gives us something to plan towards. Actually, at least then we're making stuff for what you want to watch and see as well. So please do that. Yeah, that'd be good. So last few of these here. That didn't take too long, did it? There we go. So that's done. So now what I'm going to do is I am now going to centre this up. Okay, which is about there, I think. I need to stand up a little bit for this one. There we go. That's down like so. So you can see now that up and down. Cool, excellent, really happy with that. This can now, so if you take your first beat, which you'll do to the smoky slate, which is the 21 by 14 centimeters, score at 10.5. So we'll just fold it over and bone fold that one. And now this can get stuck. This can get stuck solid to the card itself. Now, the reason I've done a slightly odd size card base, it's not the traditional size card base we get here in the UK at least, or in Europe. It was so it matched, I had a nice even border round from the stitch framelits. Okay, so otherwise it looked a little bit bigger and bigger at the top and the bottom, and like still the same with the sides. So which is why I brought it down, made it smaller to 14. That would obviously compensate for the tab hanging over a little bit as well, so it will still fit into an A6 envelope. Alright, so that's the card there. Now, the final part here. I am going to just stick this, going to put some glue on this, not the bottom tab. It's going to go onto that second tab. Alright, so that's now going to go in. So I'm just going to do it on the top half, because I don't want it to be completely down. I want it to, I'm just going to just raise it up a little bit, so when it sticks up it looks like it's kind of like a frame. That's going to go like so. That's it. So that's good. So I'm just going to do something here, and that's the card. I'm just going to do something quickly. Now the whole idea of this card was to do something a little bit different with it. So there we go. I'll come back over again. So that's the card, and the difference is, you can see the original one is this one right here, where I'm going to have that, I'm going to have the sentiment, I'm going to have the message inside. This one here now, I've done it as a money holder. How great is that? Who guessed that all along? So it's now a money wallet. It's so you can hide the money in the card down there. Because I've done it on dimensionals, the money can be folded up and you can then pop it into there. So you can pop £5, £10, whatever, or euros or dollars, whatever you want. Yeah, you just basically want to, and the way that you get it in, okay, is that you just slide it in underneath that part, and then slide it in underneath the bottom down there, and obviously then it will then catch on the dimensionals down at the bottom, so it won't go any further. And that's it. Close up your card. So he says it's got stuck. There we go. It got stuck on something. So we will go. First time that's done that. It's typical, and it's when I do it live on camera, isn't it? All right. It's getting caught on something underneath. What's it getting caught on? Okay, there's obviously a little bit. I've either pulled it up too high. That's typical, isn't it? As soon as you do something live, what happens? Live TV. What's it getting caught on? Oh, I can see what it's getting caught on. All right, it's because I didn't cut the tab correctly down there. But if you make yours and get yours all exactly the same size, I was trying to be a bit cocky and cheat a little bit. As long as I don't put it up too high up the top, it will be fine. Okay. So that's it. That's the card. So original slider pop-up card. Have some numbers on here and have a happy birthday in there. And then you've got a money wallet, money gift card. You can come up and you can then have your however much you want in there, like so. And it still opens up that you can write yourself your message on the inside. Okay, so one. How great is that? I love it. So easy to make as well. All right, well, I hope you found it so easy to make as well. I found it was quite straightforward to do. Obviously, I did have to do some prototypes first, which is what's here, and how I worked it all out. But I've done all of the working out for you, so you can just follow my instructions and you will be fine. All right, so there we go. So remember, everything which we've used today you can purchase from our online shop, which the links can be found down below or over on our website. You can also make sure, if you do shop with us online, as I said at the beginning, make sure you use our little reward code, depending on when you're watching this, what month you're watching it, in, check our website for the most current code, all right? And you will then get a little extra something from us as well. And if you you can shop with us if you live in the UK, France, Germany, Netherlands, or Austria, okay? So if you live in any of those countries, you can shop with us. If you live elsewhere around the world, thank you for watching anyway. If you're looking for a demonstrator in another country, give us a message and we may be able to recommend somebody to you as well, because this is all part of the Gentleman Crafters design team. So there are lots of other we're hopping and part of the design team with lots of other people around the world. So we've got Australia, we've got New Zealand, we've got America, CS, and obviously in the UK. I think we get anywhere else, I can't remember. I think that's it. So if we can always recommend somebody to you if you live in any of those other countries. All right. So thank you guys. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed my money slider pop-up, like so. All right, and we will be back again with another video very shortly. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Bye-bye. Bye.